across real quick. The South Union Township Supervisors present the South Union Township Sports Network today from Arford Park. It's middle school soccer as Laurel Highlands takes on Uniontown. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Morozak with Phil Michael and Sarah Camp. South Union Township Sports Network coverage. A joint cooperative venture with Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Fernan, and Jason Scott, Armstrong Cable, Breezeline Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Phil Michael. And Phil, we're just about ready to get underway.
Hey, Brian. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Should be a lot of fun. Let's set our lineups for both Laurel Highlands and Uniontown.
Laurel Highlands is starting out with number 3, Elliot Bohr. 4, Cole Solarchek, nephew of Nick Barchek. Number 5, Kingston Depto. Mason Mahoney, number 6. Ben Antol, my stepson, is number 7. Chase Hall, number 9. Roman George, number 11. 16 is Jackson Nairn. His dad is the coach, Josh Nairn. Number 26, Matthew Kamako. Number 32, Jackson Baker. Number 33, Mike Wobble. And coaches Josh Nairn, head coach, and Luke Rice, assistant coach.
On the Uniontown side, we have Kipton Gamitter wearing 3, Josh Paris wearing 4. Underway already as number 12 for Uniontown, Charlie Murtha, gets this match underway. Here on the middle school side, we'll play 2 30-minute halves as Jackson Baker brings it down the far boundary there for Laurel Highlands. We'll set the Uniontown lineup in just a moment. Went through Roman George and saved here on the near side with a little poke back from Michael Abel. Working just outside the box there is a good move from Chase Hall, and Hall looking to cross out in front. Red Raiders block it down. Again, the Red Raider lineup. Kipton Gamitter wearing number 3. Josh Paris, number 4. Logan Hall, number 7. Ty Harvey, number 9. Lucas Cooper, number 11. Justin Haynes, 15. Carson Soltis, 19. Lucas Mahalko in goal wearing number 31. Eleanor Carey wearing number 5. Charlie Murtha wearing 12. And Kathlena Orendorf wearing 17. A couple of double numbers, Phil. They'll keep us busy on the Uniontown side as well. As a little poke there from Harvey. Goes into the side of the goal. Goal kick up coming for Uniontown.
Most of these kids work together. Harvey actually rides down with us to club soccer. So some of these boys will play. They play club sports and they play together. So it's nice to see them on the field competing today.
And actually, they're going to rule this a corner kick here for Laurel Highlands. Thought the Mustangs were the last to touch it, but Jackson Baker will take the corner here from the near side for the Mustangs. Now reposition. Probably the first time South Union's been here, Phil, in probably 20 years or so.
Yeah, for a long time. It's a nice field, nice facility. And
little cross out in front, and the header went off the crossbar. And just missing, there was Roman George. I thought he had it there, Phil. And now George trying to reset. Top of the 18. A little poke into Jackson there. And comes loose on the far side. And you have Ben Ansel trying to chase it down. And the ball will go out of play on the far side off of Uniontown and out in another corner here for Laurel Highlands. So the Mustangs buzzing early on, Phil.
Yeah, and Roman has a leg on him. And Ben, you'll see him all over the field. He doesn't stop. And then the Baker boy also, too, is very energetic in his play.
Another header out in front, and that one sent in from Jackson Nairn.
Jackson Nairn.
So Jackson getting the opening goal of the game for Laurel Highlands, and the Mustangs take a 1-0 lead just about 4 minutes in.
Yeah,
so good start for LH.
Yeah, I think LH is undefeated. They've been pretty energetic. Like I said, these boys play hard. Both teams practice a lot, so we'll see if Uniontown comes back here.
The Mustangs striking first. We don't have a scoreboard here at all, so we're going to have to kind of keep some of the time on the field. Now the Mustangs try to reset. Goes back up to Elliot Bohr. A couple of folks blocking me from the far left side there, Phil, but this ball will end up coming back here in front of the Mustang goal to Matt Kamako. And Kamako coming out there a little bit. Opportunity here for Uniontown. The ball go out of play on the near side, showing some good hustle there. Carson Soltis for the Red Raiders. Laurel Highlands leading 1-0. Gets triggered in with a left foot there. Ty Harvey trying to send it up to the top of the 18 there to Josh Paris. And deflects back. Now the
kick
Mustangs in transition. Looking for a little breakdown there from Chase Hall. Save made from the keeper, Lucas Mahalko, on the Uniontown side. Red Raiders looking for a little possession there from Justin Haynes.
Chase Hall.
And Hall coming back there for Laurel Highlands. Nice weather for this one here this afternoon. Phil, temperature here in early October actually hovering around 80 degrees.
Yeah, beautiful day out here.
You actually got to set up underneath the pine trees here as well, keeping us cool on a Tuesday afternoon. And I believe back in the day, Phil, didn't they used to play the football games out here?
Yeah, right. I think this was a field at one time when they had two different schools, South and North Union. This is South Union's field.
Yeah, you could see why. Actually, a pretty good setup. Natural grass surface. Assume they probably had a bunch of bleachers here on the hill.
Yeah, they call this the Arford neighborhood, and the middle school's right behind is our backdrop. Here comes Naren.
And Naren trying to come forward there for Laurel Highlands. And then getting back on it there, Elliott Bohr. Pushing it off on the near side to Mike Obel. And trying to get in Chase Hall's direction. Broken up there by Uniontown's Justin Haynes, but Obel down the near wing again with a little bit of speed here. Obel looking for the cross. Got blocked down there by Uniontown's Kipton Gamitter. They're going to get another corner kick. No, they're going to stay off of Laurel and out. So a goal kick here for Uniontown. Again, the lone goal, Jackson Naren scoring early on for Laurel Highlands. Brian Morozak along with Phil Michael here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Sarah Camp behind our camera here this afternoon. Appreciate you joining us for some middle school soccer action.
Good kick by Ben Antal.
Yep. Sending it forward there to the top of the box again to Chase Hall. Again, wide to Obel.
I think it went out there.
Yep. Obel lost it out of play, and Justin Haynes will trigger it back in. Going to have to thank our sponsors here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown. Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI Specialist, now part of U.S. Digestive Health. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, and physical therapist Jim Burns. United Bank, the law offices of Zebley, Mahaloff, and White, and South Union Township supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. And I know, Phil, you mentioned to me, Rick was instrumental setting this up for us here today.
Yeah, Rick really helped us with that, and Jason as well. So we want to thank them. And I know Rick brought the tables, and he had his people bring the power and set it up for us. And I think he'll be by later.
Good to see.
Yeah, Rick takes a lot of effort in Arford Park. All three of them do, but this is a very nice community park.
It is.
Yeah.
Here's Elliott Bohr coming back for Laurel Highlands over to Roman George. George feeling a little bit of pressure, and Uniontown trying to find a loose ball there with Josh Paris. Paris looking for a little through ball forward, comes out to the top of the box, and the keeper, Matt Kamako, coming out and angling it here on the near side is getting back there, Mike Obel, down the near boundary, has it poked out of play by Uniontown's Josh Paris, and Obel take another throw in here for the Mustangs. Triggered into Roman George, down the near side again to Chase Hall. Here's Hall breaking back into the box. Good run here from Hall. Hall a little poke out in front. Red Raiders able to clear it. Saved there by Elliott Bohr as Laurel Highlands tries to keep it alive here in the Uniontown zone. Mustangs working inside the 18-yard box. Low shot on goal.
Wow.
Good block there from Mahalko.
Brian, I was talking to the maintenance people here, Judy and Lenny, and they said we could actually play pickleball up there at the tennis course. People come up and play pickleball.
There we go.
Yeah.
Go home, get my paddles, meet you back out here maybe around 6 o'clock tonight.
Yeah,
how about that?
We'll have to tell Kelly.
Yes.
From Adventures with Kelly.
Jackson Baker will take this corner kick here for Laurel Highlands on the far side. Of course, his brother Brody sees some time on the Laurel Highlands football and soccer team as well. And there's a high shot just going wide from the Mustangs' Elliott Bohr. Not sure it was deflected there by Mahalko or not. It looks like it was.
I didn't know Brody played football, too.
He was doing some kicking and punting for the Mustangs.
Okay.
Will be a corner kick here for Laurel Highlands, Phil. It'll be Jackson Baker. Put it off here on the near side. Jackson, good boot there. And the Mustangs scored on a header on their opening goal from Jackson Nairn, but not that time. Uniontown trying to clear it out of the zone. Trying to send it up to Charlie Murtha. Went through her, and here's Baker back on the other side. Play ruled offsides on the far side. Free kick coming back for Uniontown. Now, you said you're a little new to the soccer game, Phil. Have you figured out offsides yet?
Not really. I mean, I don't think I'm new to it. Ben's been playing since he was 5. I've just never figured it out.
Okay.
So my wife explains it to me all the time and other people, but I still don't understand. Have you? Do you understand?
Oh, yeah, I know the rules.
Did you play soccer?
I did play until I was about 14 or so.
Yeah, our camera girl here, camera lady Sarah, said she played at AG for many years.
Yeah, she was a captain for the AG Lady Colonials. Actually had AG on the South Union Township Sports Network last night against Laurel Highlands.
There you go.
It was senior night for the Laurel Highlands girls. Ended up winning 7-0. Laurel Highlands boys will take on AG next week, and I believe that will be the Laurel Highlands boys senior night game as well next Tuesday. Another corner kick here for Laurel Highlands. Going up top, looking for an opportunity there was George, still loose. Poke there from Chase Hall, got blocked by the Uniontown wall. Deflected wide on the far side, another corner kick here for Laurel Highlands.
Ball's been in Laurel Highlands territory for most of the game so far. Seems like.
They've had a number of good opportunities here, already one goal, continuing to buzz out in front. Good block there from Mahalko and a little poke out. Red Raiders trying to counter, but Laurel Highlands keeping possession. A little deflection out in front.
Come on, right there.
Ball comes loose, and Mahalko able to make the save there with Roman George right on the doorstep.
Yeah, that was a good save.
So George Oso close there to making it 2-0 Laurel Highlands. Uniontown in their away whites today. Maroon numbers, maroon shorts. Laurel Highlands the home reds, white numbers, blue shorts. That one triggered in by Ben Antle. Poked back down by Jackson Nairn. Now Abel on the ball. Through Roman George. And the Red Raiders in transition there with Ty Harvey. Ty sending it through Charlie Murtha. Picked back up on the far side by Laurel Highlands' Jackson Baker. Baker down the far boundary. Good run here for the Mustangs. Baker looking for the cross. Just went wide on the far side. See if it was deflected. Mustangs had about 5 or 6 corner kicks already.
Yeah.
They're going to get another one here with Baker. So Baker will put it down from the far corner flag. Again, 1-0. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown. Baker putting it up to the top of the box. Got blocked down there by Josh Paris. And then finally into the hands of the keeper, Lucas Mahalko. Mahalko will boot it out here on the near side. I was trying to feed it up to the Red Raiders' Carson Soltis. Never got in his direction. And Ben Antal will have a throw-in coming back here for Laurel Highlands. Into Abel again. Blocked there by Uniontown's Justin Haynes. Red Raiders trying to get something going on the offensive attack. Charlie Murtha again trying to angle in the direction of Carson Soltis. Coming back there is Justin Haynes. But Abel finding it through the midfield again for Laurel Highlands. Off of Roman George. Down to Chase Hall. Good little poke back to the top of the 18 on the give and go. Back to Roman George into the box on the far side. Just missing there was Kingston Depto.
Yeah. Son of Sean and Anita Depto. Just a little bit short there.
A good look from that far side.
If we look behind us, we have Supervisor Rick Vernon just creeping up behind us, Brian.
I appreciate Rick taking the time to join us. Again, appreciate his accommodations throughout the course of the day as well. And now
Rick, we were just talking about how nice the field is, and we were also saying they played football here when South Union had their own school, right?
Yes, we played baseball also.
Oh, baseball.
Yeah, football and baseball they use this field for. We'll try to get some headphones for Rick maybe during the second half.
Okay. Brian, you didn't know Rick was a baseballer himself.
Coach, I heard about that.
Yeah, coached LH for several years.
Right here.
Yeah.
I think Gary Frankhauser was saying back in the day Rick Vernon was his baseball coach. Is that true?
True.
Yep. Gary played for Rick back in his younger days. A little shoulder-to-shoulder contact there, Phil. As
Yeah.
Uniontown trying to get a little bit of the ball, but again, the Mustangs have been controlling things throughout much of this match. A little poke there from Antal, and Ben back on it. Sending it forward again to Chase Hall down the near wing. Offsides on the far side.
Here we go. Go ahead.
A little free kick coming back here for Uniontown. Phil, does Laurel have their own girls middle school team then as well? Because I see Uniontown has a mixed team.
Yeah, I think they do. They do have a middle. I think they do have a middle school girls team, and it is Uniontown is co-ed. But some of these co-ed, the girls on Uniontown team, they play a lot of soccer in the club and in different places.
Yeah,
Travel.
3 girls actually starting on the Uniontown side today: Eleanor Carey, Charlie Murtha, and Kathleen Orendorf. That one deflected out. Again, the lone goal scored by Laurel Highlands' Jackson Nairn so far today. The Mustangs leading the Red Raiders by a score of 1-0. And a couple of substitutions here now on the Laurel side. First time we've seen changes made in this game. Let you know about some of the new Mustangs checking in. It's like number 12, Wyatt Newhouse, coming in for the first time, and he'll take the throw-in. And Wyatt sending it in there to Will Skoronsky. Will also a new entry into the game on the Laurel Highlands side. Both Wyatt and Will, a couple of 7th graders out there for Laurel Highlands. That one rolls back to Uniontown's Lucas Mahalko, the keeper.
Brian, you can also come up to Arford Park, and if you look around, you can play golf, frisbee, I guess it is.
Frisbee golf, yeah?
Frisbee golf, yeah. So they just put that in July.
And I see the Laurel Highlands middle school football team also practicing off to our left, so a lot of good field room out here.
Yeah, I think they'll play a game tomorrow here.
Okay.
So they share the facilities.
And the grass in good shape for all the use that it gets throughout the fall season.
Yeah. There's a couple holes down by the goalie there, but other than that, it looks good.
Yep. Mustangs trying to set it up here again. A little header attempt. Ball comes loose and a poke into the back of the goal for Will Skoronsky.
There he goes.
So Skoronsky just came into the game and scores for Laurel Highlands. Now the Mustangs a 2-0 lead here over Uniontown.
Now it looked like an assist from George, correct?
Yep, Roman George set it up, number 11. So we'll give him an assist, one of the captains on this Laurel Highlands team. Mustangs opening goal scored by Jackson Nairn. Now Skoronsky getting it, assisted by Roman George. We're about midway through this first half. Again, no scoreboard here at Arford, so they keep the time on the field, a little old school.
Yeah.
And it goes back and over the end line. It'll be ruled here a goal kick for Uniontown. And coming up on the South Union Township Sports Network Thursday, boys high school soccer. Connellsville taking on Laurel Highlands. That'll be a 7:30 start for Mustang Field. Then, of course, Friday night, Laurel Highlands Albert Gallatin football game for Mustang Field. Gary Frankhauser is going to join me on Friday night for that game. Simulcast with our friends here on WMBS. Should be a lot of fun. Mustangs and the Colonials.
Is that at Laurel?
That's at Laurel.
There you go.
Uniontown looking for an opportunity there from Josh Paris and cleared out on the far side. It's great when you can get these local games back. Uniontown playing Laurel, Laurel playing AG, getting Connellsville in the mix. I think the whole community loves to see the local schools playing one another, no matter what the sport is.
Right, and Connellsville's winning a couple of games in football, huh?
Yeah, Connellsville off to a really good start.
Yeah.
As far as high school football is concerned so far this year, 4-2 for the Falcons. Been a long time since they've had a start like that. They have a realistic opportunity of getting into the playoffs, and don't be surprised if that Laurel Highlands-Connellsville game at the end of the season could have been for a playoff spot for one of the two teams. Mustangs, despite the fact that they've been going through some tough times, they've lost 5 in a row. If they win their final 3 conference games over Trinity, Ringgold, and Connellsville, they'd likely be in the playoffs. So see how things shake out, and the Mustangs, another opportunity here from Roman George, and Roman George makes it 3-0.
Roman George with the score.
So George, who already had an assist on the game, able to pick up a goal here and increase the Laurel Highlands lead now to 3-0 over Uniontown.
Roman plays for the Riverhounds, and his parents are Susan and Joe George, South Union people.
And the Mustangs, 3 first-half goals, pacing the way here against the Red Raiders at Hartford Park on a Tuesday afternoon. And I appreciate you joining us here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Brian Morozak with Phil Michael and Sarah Camp. It's deflected back to Ben Antall. Over to Elliott Bohr. Bohr, a little open space ahead. And a good little poke forward there to Ethan Janoski.
There it is.
So Ethan Janoski gets into the scoring column. He just checked in as well on the Laurel Highlands side. Another 7th grader making an early impact. And the Mustangs racing away here early.
4-0, correct?
Yep, 4-0.
4-0. You're going to probably see some substitutes coming in.
Yeah, I would think so. We're still pretty early on into this match, still later stages of the first half, but still. Mustangs have shown good control so far. Only a handful of scoring opportunities on the Uniontown side. Janoski trying to keep it alive over there to Jackson Baker, who's been very involved in the game today. Baker pulling it off to Elliott Bohr again. Now back to Baker on the give and go. Baker down the far boundary. A little poke forward. Goes to the far line or goes out of play. And rule this off of Uniontown and out. So another corner kick here for the Mustangs. And Jackson Baker will take it once again. A lot of good vantage points here at Hartford as well, Phil.
Oh,
We're on
yeah.
the hill on the far side. Actually came in on the near side. We could watch the game from pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, but the near side doesn't have the shade.
Yeah,
like
doesn't have the electricity either.
Right. I wanted to get you in the shade.
Oh,
Brian.
we appreciate that.
I didn't want your head to burn.
Yes. Whistles, and I think another offsides there against Laurel Highlands. A free kick coming back here for Uniontown. Red Raiders send it down the far boundary. And went through Ashton Cole. Trying to get back on it there, Josh Paris. But the Mustangs find the loose ball again. Roman George lets it slip over to Wyatt Newhouse. Newhouse down the near wing with Adeline Horisic defending. Goes over the back line and out for another Uniontown goal kick. Now we'll hit a number of substitutions on both sides. Actually 3 changes for both LH and Uniontown right now. And it will be a kick here for Kipton Gamitter. Goal kick for Uniontown.
Looks like they're going to keep the defense intact with Hall, Solarczyk, and Antall, and then move around the offense.
How about that goal? From about 35 yards out, the blast from Jackson Nairn made it look easy, Phil.
Yeah, Jackson Nairn, son of Katie and Josh. Josh is the coach. Jackson's been playing soccer most of his life.
Oh, it showed there.
Yeah, he kicks the ball all through my backyard and front yard with Ben. But it looks like defense is pretty solid, and then they moved around the offense a little bit.
Now 5-0 Laurel Highlands, but Nairn again taking that one from about 30 yards out and actually put it in a spot where Mahalco had no play on it whatsoever. Put it up there where Mama keeps the cookies, right, Phil?
Yeah, right.
Top corner. Uniontown trying to break back, controlled by Chase Hall. Mentioned Cole Solarczyk, another good defender on the Laurel Highlands side. He's actually the nephew, Phil mentioned it earlier, of our own Nick Barczyk. Does a lot of work. Surprised we're not seeing Nick out here watching the game today. I know he's a big soccer aficionado.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he loves soccer.
Yeah, I don't think he can kick the ball as hard as his nephew.
No. I like to see Cole and Nick taking some one-on-ones against one another.
It would be ugly.
Ball comes in open space again there with Elliott Bohr. Flex high in the air. Uniontown in transition with Abby Horner. Off of Solarczyk. Back to center. Skied again from Josh Paris. And a rare touch today for Matt Kamako.
Yeah, he hasn't seen much action back there, but when he has, he's taking the ball.
Kamako, a little rollout on the far side. Now we'll get it back and got a little sloppy there. And Uniontown sending it off the post. So Kamako turned it over. And Uniontown came close to picking up their first goal of the game. I just want to go back into the Uniontown zone where the Mustangs, Caden Megan will chase it down. Goes out of play. That's either Adeline Horisic or Addison Majoris. They both were number 6. And a couple of double numbers on the Uniontown side. We didn't get clarification as who was who.
Maybe we'll try to do that at the half.
Yeah. Josh Paris trying to play it back. I think they're a college football team out there, Phil, with all the double numbers, right? You don't see much of that. I've been doing soccer for a while. Very rare to see a team with double jersey numbers out there. And now the Red Raiders in transition trying to make a little run back. We're coming up on about the final 5 minutes of the first half. We've been about 25 minutes here at Arford Park. 5 goals on the Laurel Highlands side. 2 from Jackson there, and 1 from Roman George, 1 from Will Skoronsky, and 1 from Ethan Janoski. Have the Mustangs up 5-0 over the Red Raiders. Skying that one is Roman George. Into open space to Caden Megan. And again, offsides. And our sponsors here on the South Union Township Sports Network, Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI Specialist, now a part of U.S. Digestive Health, Chesler's Fine Furniture at 51 north of Uniontown, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns, United Bank, the law offices of Zebley, Mahaloff, and White, and of course South Union Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. Again, Rick out here at the game with us tonight. Appreciate everybody from the township who is setting us up here today, Phil.
Yeah.
Some table and chairs, getting us power, some cold waters, and everything. Now, we're still good on water. We appreciate it. And there's a little poke back on the near side. That one goes out of play. And we're live on the South Union Township Sports Network here today. Brian Morozak along with Phil Michael.
Yeah. And we're going to share that to WMBS. Right?
Yeah, it is shared on WMBS as well, and also on the Laurel Highlands School District page.
Oh, wow.
You can pick it up there, too. Appreciate the partnership that South Union's had with WMBS. The nice thing, Phil, you could actually put multiple broadcasts. We've been doing that with a lot of our high school football games throughout the fall, having both Uniontown and Laurel Highlands on, and we can have some of our programs with WMBS, for instance, on in the studio at the same time as the game and have both things kind of going simultaneously, so it's nice.
It's technology.
Yeah, you got to love technology these days. It's hard to believe. You go back 4 or 5 years ago, we weren't doing any of these games live. We started during the 2019-2020 school year, just starting to mess around a little bit with some live broadcasts during the basketball season, and then kind of went full bore during COVID when the folks couldn't make it out to the games. And it's been, really popular not only with high school football and basketball. You see with soccer and South Union doing a lot with the indoor soccer and Little League baseball. And it's nice when you can go live, and we've had a great partnership with JVC as well.
Yeah, I love it. I love tuning in WMBS Facebook Live or South Union and watching whatever game's on. I'll even watch the little soccer games in the wintertime. This is my first attempt of I guess I'm like what, the color guy today?
Yeah, you were the color analyst. You're the color analyst for middle school soccer. So you're working your way up.
I'm hoping if after this you'll watch this and grade me. Maybe I'll get a
promotion. Right?
Yeah, maybe I can do a game or two.
Yeah.
I know I'll never be Steve Suprick, though.
No.
Or Tony Hanula. Both of those guys do a great job.
Yes, they do. Or Steve, the former punter down at West Virginia. They called him Super Toe back in the 1980s. And Tony Hanula, one of our award-winning broadcasters.
You can't beat that. Then you got Gary Frankhauser.
Yes. Actually, Gary's working with me on Friday night for the Mustangs and the Albert Gallatin Colonials. High school football should be a lot of fun. Now picked up by Elliott Bohr, and Bohr, a good blast there from 25 yards out, deflected off the far post.
Wow, I thought that was going in.
I thought it was going wide.
Yeah.
It actually hit the post.
Oh.
Mustangs still buzzing. Brendan Scott And go over the near boundary and out for a throw-in. A couple of good opportunities on that rush for the Mustangs. Again, lead at 5-0. Down to the final couple of minutes of this first half.
Maybe Uniontown will use the halftime break and put on a little bit of a rush.
Yeah, get some of those orange slices, right? Get a little energy from that vitamin C. Remember that back in the day? Did you play soccer when you were a kid?
No, there was no soccer when I was a kid, Brian. I wrestled.
You wrestled,
yeah,
okay.
I was a wrestler.
Mustangs, another opportunity here in the box play, whistled down. It might have been a dangerous play that had some spikes up. Yeah, you can't have the spikes up in the air.
Yeah, soccer didn't really get big here until maybe the early 2000s.
I saw a lot of the Laurel programs, like the Laurel girls program, for instance, started in '97. AG started a program for the girls in '98.
There you go.
So right around that time, started to see a little expansion. There's Jackson Baker. And Baker a blast, just sent it wide on the far side.
Yeah, I was an AG grad in '91, so
okay.
I missed soccer.
You missed soccer then,
yeah. I think a lot of soccer started around here after Menarchek Field or around the time of Menarchek Field.
Of course, Mr. Menarchek tragically passing away in that plane crash back in '94.
Yeah.
Up near the Pittsburgh airport. That soccer complex really helped to grow the area. That one just sent wide. Actually knew his brother Jerry quite well. Played in a fantasy football league with him for a number of years. And Jerry's two sons, Ross and Scott, have been very much involved in the Uniontown soccer program over the years as well.
Speaking of the Jerrys, I mean, we can't be out here without paying homage to our South Union's own Jerry.
Jerry
right?
Dupay, yeah.
Jerry
We talked
Dupay.
about Jerry a lot last night as well. You know, certainly hasn't been the same the last couple of years without Jerry Dupay and Barry Rosner as well, the longtime Laurel Highlands public address announcer. As Laurel looking for another goal there. That one sent high. Good save there from Mahalko. And then whistled down. Red Raiders a free kick coming back. But certainly, you had senior night for the girls last night. Remember Barry's famous line to end all the senior nights, don't forget you'll always have a place here at Laurel Highlands.
There you go.
Yeah.
Barry was around for a long time.
Yeah. Free kick coming back there for Kipton Gamitter on the Uniontown side. Knocked down by Jackson Baker. Final couple of minutes of this first half. Baker back into the box, pulling up on the far side. Baker looking for the cross and was ridden off the ball. Now Uniontown looking for a little counterattack. And that one whistled down. And that's halftime.
It's time.
Yep. So we've played one half of middle school soccer here at Hartford Park, 5-0. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown. Be back for the second half in just a couple of minutes here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Back here at Arford Park, just about ready for the second half. Brian Morozak along with Phil Michael. Sarah Camp behind the camera here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown by a score of 5-0. A lot of new faces out there, Phil, to start the second half. In fact, Jonah Coleman got things started there on the Laurel Highlands side. First time we've seen Jonah out there tonight.
Jonah's a footballer and a basketballer, good kid. We went to Dollywood with him.
Oh, nice.
And his mom, yeah, they're big Dolly fans. So Jonah's, I think this might be his first year playing soccer, but his friends are playing, so they talked him into playing.
Looks like a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, he's a basketball kid and plays some football.
Is Kamako still in goal there on the Laurel Highlands side?
Yeah.
So we got to double check there with it being 5-0 here to start the second half. Mustangs now working left to right as we describe it. Here's Jackson Baker down the near side. We'll give and go with Elliott Bohr, and Baker with a nice run. Baker right of the box, looking for a cross, gets double teamed, works back to his left. Baker staying with it. Now Baker into the box, finally ridden off the ball. Had a nice little run there, Phil, before Kathalina Orendorf was able to find the ball and clear it out here on the near side. And the Mustangs will reset now with Ian Wyman. We'll send it over to Jackson Nairn to trigger it back in. Trying to see some shadows here on the near side.
Yeah.
Sun setting even early, right around 7 o'clock these days. Missed those long summer evenings. Here's Josh Parrish shot on goal. Mahalko makes the save. Loose out in front, and Lucas able to hang on. A little traffic out in front. So the Red Raiders getting a little pressure here to start the second half. Good to see them bounce back a little bit here, Phil, to start the second half. Never like to see blowouts.
No. Both competitive teams. These are all, like I said, these kids put a lot of time and effort into it.
Jackson Baker working it back in. Got deflected off of Ty Harvey. Into open space to Roman George again. George sending it forward. Coleman was there. On the far side, Michael Abel also there on the Laurel Highlands side. And Abel going shoulder to shoulder with Uniontown's Lean King. Those two still battling pretty hard there. Now Coleman stepping in, trying to win it back for the Mustangs, but King able to send it away. King down the far side to Orendorf. Back up to center. They're trying to spring Josh Parris. He also had number 5, Eleanor Carey, on that front line for Uniontown as well. But the Mustangs control again. Abel again trying to find Coleman. Pass intercepted by the Red Raiders. Poke back to center. George resets. And that'll go wide on the far side of the Uniontown keeper. I think they might have made a... I just double checking. There's still Kamako in goal and Mahalko on the Uniontown side.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Making sure we didn't have any changes there on either side as far as the keepers were concerned. The ball outs. Uniontown throwing.
Feeling a little windy up here.
Yeah, a couple of clouds in the sky. I don't think they're calling for much rain till the weekend.
No.
Temperature expected to cool off next week. There's Coleman trying to send his body in. Lucas Cooper there defending on the Uniontown side, angling it off to Logan Hall. On going through Abel and out.
Quick shout out to Mason Seaside. He's number 0 for Laurel Highlands, but he had an injury before the season starts and was unable to play for his 8th grade year.
Sorry to see that.
Good kid, but he had a soccer injury actually when we were at a tournament.
I never like to see those season-ending injuries. Abel on the far side, play whistle down.
Abel's aggressive this second half.
Not very big, but I'll tell you what, he battles.
Yes, he does.
Out there on the Laurel Highlands side. You can see that, and there's a shot going high and wide, taken there again from Roman George. You look at some of those guys, George, Hall, and Nairn, all have great range. Even Jackson Baker, too. I mean, those guys, they can score from, almost anywhere in the opposing team's zone.
They definitely have some legs on them.
Goal kick here for Uniontown. Sent down to the far side. Coleman trying to add the pressure. Scrum ensues. Coleman sending it off to Abel. And then Coleman again. Back on the reset to Jackson Nairn. Again, looking for Abel. And Nairn goes shoulder to shoulder with Lean King. Cross out in front. All the way through on the near side. Reset there by Roman George. Back to Baker. And now George again. George, a pretty move there around Eleanor Carey. George stays with it, battles inside. Comes out to Coleman, top of the 18. A little poke back on Uniontown side from Josh Paris. Baker trying to get back on it. Carey there for Uniontown. Baker comes forward, line drive. Blocked out in front. Now here's Baker again. On the regain, line drive. That time into the back of the net. Jackson Baker, one of the Laurel Highlands co-captains, increasing the lead now to 6-0.
Baker
Early stages of the second half.
Baker with his long hair, his locks, and it's funny, his dad has no hair.
Yes.
Dr. Bob Baker.
Easy to spot.
Yeah.
So 6-0 now. Again, a recap on the Laurel Highlands side. You have 2 goals from Jackson Nairn, 1 from Will Skoronsky, 1 from Roman George, who also has an assist, and also Ethan Yanoski a goal. Then Jackson Baker adding the most recent goal to make it 6-0 Laurel Highlands over Uniontown. Again, we're here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Brought to you today by Smith Lewis Chess, CPAs in Uniontown. Davis & Davis, attorneys at law, as Uniontown looks for a little run back here. That one won back by the Mustangs. Cole Solarczyk doing a nice job defensively. And the Mustangs on the counter attack. Good run forward here from Roman George. George on the cross. Coleman there on the doorstep. Tries to body it down. Ball comes loose. Deflects back out to the top of the 18. George comes over along with Baker. But Uniontown with control. They'll poke it up to Eleanor Carey. Carey down the near side. Send it Charlie Murtha's direction. And Solarczyk will send it out on the near side. Again, our sponsors on the South Union Township Sports Network: Smith Lewis Chess, CPAs in Uniontown, Davis & Davis, attorneys at law, the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI Specialist, now part of U.S. Digestive Health, Chesler's Fine Furniture at 51 north of Uniontown, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns, United Bank, the law offices of Zebley, Mahaloff, and White, and South Union Township supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. That one whistled down. And a free kick here for the Mustangs. No, check that. It's going to be on the Uniontown side. The foul was on Laurel Highlands. Wasn't sure which way that was going to go, Phil.
Yeah. Now we have some people walking behind us going to go practice some baseball. We got all sports here tonight. A couple of kids playing basketball at the park.
Here's Orendorf for the free kick on the Uniontown side. 3-player wall set up for the Mustangs. Orendorf, nice line drive, going right back to Matt Kamako. So Kamako doing a nice job there with the save on the Laurel Highlands side. Mustangs sending it up there to Coleman. Over to Baker again. And had a play here in the near side. Yeah, with Coleman's speed, Phil, I'm looking forward to watching him play hoops.
Oh, you'll enjoy it. He's pretty good, too. He doesn't miss much. He's played in our yard a couple times, and he fights for the ball.
Oh, I can see that. A little collision there. Carey went down as Ellie Carey collided with the Mustangs' Jackson Nairn. This one will roll back to Lucas Mahalko. It's sent out here on the near side.
This is a good introduction for you, Brian. You'll see these kids
next couple of years.
Yeah.
It's always nice doing some of those rec center games as well. I kind of see some of the kids that are upcoming and who to look out for over the next couple of years. Of course, Laurel Highlands still has not named a new varsity basketball coach, Phil.
There's a lot of people waiting for that one.
Yeah. Should be interesting to see. Of course, Rick Hogger retired a couple of weeks ago from the coaching ranks for the Mustangs. Certainly be missed. As Jackson Baker sends that one out of play. Back to the baseball field. Yeah, that's a nice thing about this complex, though. It can be, shared in multiple uses.
Yeah, not to wish to fall away, but I'm very excited for basketball. Both Laurel Highlands and Uniontown. Uniontown should have a strong run this year.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Can't wait to see Coach Kazmarski and his guys. over there.
Season will start the first weekend in December. Uniontown actually playing in a number of different tournaments. They're going down to Florida again. They're also playing up at the CCBC Dome, where Laurel Highlands played last year, and also playing in another classic in mid-January. It was originally supposed to be, it's been played at Montour High School the last couple of years. Found out today they actually moved it up to North Hills High School this year. Now be coming up in late January. So good to see them playing some tough level competition. Should be a fun season.
Now you'll be broadcasting both Laurel and Uniontown.
We do, yeah. The Uniontown, we're going to be doing all their games both on the radio and on Facebook this year. We'll be doing most of the Mustangs games as well. Trying to get as many games as we can. Again, with our partnership with WMBS and South Union TV.
Now, basketball was a sport. I in college, I actually did a couple of years of refereeing and coaching at Abergaunton. So basketball is a sport I can get.
Nice.
I can help you out a little bit there.
Nice.
And
you were an AG coach?
Yeah, junior high. Yeah.
Junior high, okay.
Yeah, junior high north.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice,
for about 3 years.
That's good.
I wasn't very good at it, but.
They send the kids out, let them play, right?
And I officiated at the Y for a couple of years with the great John McCune.
Yes.
Yeah. He told me maybe I should do something different.
John's been a long-time official observer around the area for a number of years. Always see him out at the games. Really good guy. Does a lot with the city of Uniontown as well.
Oh, yeah. I think he's the city controller, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, there you go.
Keeping things in check these days. And the Red Raiders trying to come back there with Ty Harvey. Ian Wyman there on the Laurel Highlands side. Good battle with Ashton Cole. The ball gets sent out of play. About 15 minutes left in this match. Laurel Highlands leading Uniontown 6-0. Had 5 goals in the first half. Just the lone goal from Baker here in the second half. Ty Harvey will trigger it in. Goes down on the line there to Abby Horner. And over the back line, and we'll get a Matt Kamako goal kick. And Kamako will send it away. And decide which way he wants to go. Now they're going to reposition Chase Hall back there to take it. Chase a little poke up to Jackson there, and now Chase again. Do you live in the Laurel District these days, Phil?
I do,
Nice.
South Union Township.
Nice.
Yeah.
Over to Elliott Bohr. Chase Hall to work it up the field. Mustangs wasting a little clock here.
Yeah.
Show good sportsmanship. Up 6-0. Not trying to run it up by any means here today.
Depto with the ball.
Working up to Boscovich down the near side, and then slowing down the run there was Ty Harvey. Boscovich will hand off to Elliott Bohr to take the throw-in. And coming down to the final couple of weeks of the soccer season.
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks left of the high school soccer season. I take it this is probably getting close to the end of the middle school soccer season.
Yeah, next
as
week's
well.
the end of the middle school season.
Red Raiders looking for a little run down. Contact top of the 18. Maybe a penalty kick here, Phil. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe.
Had contact on a little slide tackle attempt. See how the officials rule it. Really close to the top of the box. Let's see if they rule it outside the box or if they're going to put it down here for a penalty kick. They're going to rule just outside the 18-yard box. Wow. That's on the line. That's about as close to the box as you could get.
Yeah.
If you would have put it, any farther closer, it would have been a penalty kick. So the referee's giving the Mustangs the benefit of the doubt there. They'll be able to set up their wall defensively instead of having a one-on-one situation between the kick taker, which is Carson Soltis. And Soltis sending it off to his left. Line drive deflected, just went high. Shot was taken by Josh Paris. But if that was ruled any farther inside the box, Phil, I know you're just learning the soccer rules.
Right.
It would have been a penalty kick.
Okay.
And they would have put it down right on the spot. You see that little orange dot?
Yeah.
They're about 12 yards out.
I see
They would have
it.
put it on the dot, and it would have been a
Okay.
one-on-one situation between the kick taker and Kamako. So you wouldn't have
Okay.
any wall in front of you.
Right, right.
It would have been a much better scoring
I got
opportunity
you.
there for Uniontown.
Like technicals in basketball, right?
Yes.
There you go.
No card was issued. Of course, you get
No.
2 yellows equals 1 red.
Right. Then you got to sit out the next game. I do know that.
Yeah. Now the Mustangs trying to break back on a high skyer from Roman George. Intended for Jonah Coleman, went out on the far side. I was watching some of the Tottenham-Liverpool match over the weekend. They had a number of controversial card situations in that match, and they actually had a controversial goal that was ruled against Liverpool that would have actually ended up with the match tied at 2. They went to the VAR, who's the video review.
Right.
And the video review showed that the play was onside, and they still ruled it offsides. And there was all kinds of controversy in England this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's where they play a lot of soccer.
Yeah.
I do watch a lot of college soccer. Obviously, Tessa Delarose.
How about Tessa Delarose down there had a great college career so far down in North Carolina.
Yeah, so I do like to look her up.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds locally have been playing well.
A lot of some of these boys do play for the Riverhounds, the Fayette County Riverhounds team in Bullskin Township. So.
And I think the Riverhounds professional team has done a lot for youth soccer development as well around Western Pennsylvania. I think, having that team there and the consistent base, and it's nice, for us with a lot of the ownership group based in the Connellsville areas, the Mustangs, another opportunity to break back and a goal into the back of the net there from Roman George. So George gets the brace, his second of the game. Lead now up to 7-0. As the Mustangs continue to control. Now, I started to get into it at Phil back in college, and that was when the MLS had just started, and the Columbus Crew was formed out in Columbus and went to a lot of those matches in the MLS. And they have a brand new stadium within the last 2 or 3 years in downtown Columbus. I haven't had a chance to catch a game in the new stadium yet, but something I'm looking forward to over the next couple of years. Try to get down there.
You just came back from a great football game, huh?
Went to the Ohio State Notre Dame game. Week ago Saturday. That was a bucket list trip for me.
Yeah, but you had to be worried about your the Ohio State going down to the wire there.
Yeah, I thought we were going to lose that one there. Still a great experience, and I mentioned to some of the guys, on the air over the last week or so, most of the time you go to those away games, and the fans aren't very nice to you, but everybody's so hospitable out there in South Bend.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me on the radio the other day. We went to the Pitt WVU game, and we at WVU we did not get the same experience that you did.
And I've been down at West Virginia wearing opposing teams' colors, and it's not very nice.
It's not the same as what you got in Notre Dame.
No, they don't really treat you well. But even too, when you travel, I've seen Ohio State at Penn State before, and they're not very nice to you up there either.
No, not at all.
Scarlet and gray.
Right. No.
And some other venues too, just traveling around over the years and catching the Buckeyes on the road. And that was by far the nicest anybody has treated us as away fans. And
did you bump into my good friend Ron Barry?
I did not see Ron there, and actually Kendall was trying to set me up to try to meet him down there, and it just we were kind of doing the whole campus tour and how to get our photo in front of Touchdown Jesus. And, went into the church just to see how everything's set up over there and watch the band and the players come in on the victory march just to kind of take it all in. Yeah, so we did all that and then some, and went up to the Detroit Dearborn area for a couple of days. Had an opportunity to go up to the Ford Museum, which I highly recommend. We actually spent the whole day over there a week ago Monday.
Did you get any golf in?
No, I have not played in like 4 weeks.
My.
Yeah, it's just been between doing the games, working, and family obligations. You know how it is. Have not had an opportunity to play the last couple of weeks, but played a lot in the summer, so no complaints. Doing what I like to do. And that one deflected out there off of Logan Hall taking it, went off of a Mustang and out. Little battle coming back. Mustangs win the ball again there. Jackson Nairn. Nairn stepping up. Deflected on the near side.
Depto.
A shot attempt there from Depto. Comes loose. And Nairn's another kid, Phil. When he possesses the ball, it's like men among boys when he has it there. He's taking control. Look out. I'm going to do what I want to do out in the pitch.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Got those legs.
A couple of changes here on the Laurel Highlands side. And the score at 7-0 here in the second half. Brian Morozak with Phil Michael. Sarah Camp behind the camera here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Again, our match action brought to you by Smith Lewis Chess, CPAs in Uniontown, Davis & Davis, attorneys at law, the Sprouse Insurance Group, and insurance agent David Hughes, SWGI Specialist, now a part of U.S. Digestive Health. Chesler's Fine Furniture at 51 north of Uniontown, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, and physical therapist Jim Burns. United Bank, the law offices of Sedley, Mahaloff, and White, South Union Township Supervisors Bob Schiffauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. About 5 minutes left in this match, Phil.
Yeah.
Starting to wind down.
During halftime, I received a lot of good feedback, Brian. They want you to come back.
Okay.
Yeah. There's Anthol fighting for the ball.
How about your feedback as a color commentator? They want you back too?
They want me to learn the game.
I heard your wife actually suggested you start playing FIFA on the PlayStation, right?
Well,
just learn some of the rules.
Well, we have an Xbox, and I play a lot of Madden.
Okay.
So now
maybe you guys can get FIFA.
Yeah,
and kind of learn everything.
We'll have FIFA by 6 o'clock. Trust me. Yeah.
You know, listen to get some tips from Ian Dark or whoever they have doing the commentary over there.
Yeah, I can learn some commentary.
I haven't played the most recent version of FIFA in probably 4 or 5 years. I haven't seen the updated game versions. I'm sure it's pretty impressive. Red Raider throwing on the far side. Going to recap the goal scorers on the Mustangs side. You have 2 from Jackson Nairn, 2 from Roman George, 1 from Will Skoronski, 1 from Ethan Yanoski, and 1 from Jackson
Big
Baker.
kick there.
Yep, the Mustangs looking for another one as they try to send it up to Ben Antall, who's up there, Phil. They actually moved him up to the front line a little bit now.
Give him a little bit of time with the ball.
Yep. Try to get him a late goal. Matthew Fisher also out there on the Laurel Highlands side. I believe his first match action. Able to get most of the bench involved here today. Always good to see as that one rolls back to the Uniontown keeper, Lucas Mahalko. You really can't fault Mahalko much, Phil. They've been peppering him all game, and a lot of those Laurel Highlands shots just in places where Lucas hasn't been able to get it. And a throw in here for the Mustangs on the far side. Thought they might have whistled that down for an illegal throw-in, but they're going to let it play on. Number one, Phil, as well, favors the natural grass surface for soccer.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of the players do too. It's a better look.
Yeah, I understand the turf has its purpose, but for the game of soccer, I think the ball flows a little bit better, and you get more of those crisper rolls on the turf. I don't think it's really meant the way that soccer was supposed to be played, and you even see a lot of those European teams that come to the States, they say they only play over here if they put temporary grass in. They won't play on the artificial stuff.
No, they're not used to it, and
I think they worry about injuries. Yeah, they worry about injuries. We've seen more. I don't know if you noticed too, Phil, a little bit of the push we've seen from the NFL recently where they're trying to encourage more grass fields in the NFL because of some of the injuries that we've seen. And I understand the schools, save a lot of maintenance by having the artificial surfaces, but it's fun. Sometimes we went up last year. Laurel Highlands played Greater Latrobe in football, and they have a downtown stadium in Latrobe on natural grass. It's kind of fun to see some of those old school games. You go up to Uniontown playing Brownsville, up in a historic Redstone field.
You think natural grass would help the Steelers or the Pitt Panthers?
Well, they're both on natural grass.
I know. But doesn't help them.
Stadium. No. To me, I enjoy watching the game on natural grass. And that one's set in front. Good opportunity there for Uniontown, but a save made by Matt Kamako again.
Let's go, Mustangs!
I'm old school about a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I see why it's done. I think, probably cuts down your maintenance bill a lot. You don't have to worry about painting the field and cutting grass all the time.
Chasing the ball.
Yep. Plus, the field's always mowed down. You don't have to, cut it every other day.
Right.
And if you get a bad rainstorm, it's not going to be muddy. So there's advantages and disadvantages, but you start losing guys to Achilles injuries and ACLs. That'll make you change your mind pretty quickly.
I think for this being a community field here,
it's a great shape.
Nice shape.
I agree.
Yeah, their maintenance people, Lenny and Judy, they've been around all day giving us water.
Yeah.
Giving water to the teams. You got baseball practice to the right of us. There was football to the left.
And you see a couple dirt spots, but you're going to have that. But for the most part, the field's in good shape.
Yeah.
Little corner cross on the near side. Getting a piece of it there was Ben Ansel. Comes loose out in front and scooped up by the Uniontown keeper, Lucas Mahalko.
We got to be short on time here, right, Brian?
Yeah, I think come down the last couple of minutes. I was trying to time it out on my phone. Showing about 2 or 3 minutes left. I don't know if they have stoppage time here in middle school.
They don't.
And the Mustangs will get another win. And you said, Phil, they haven't lost yet this year?
I don't think they have. I think they are undefeated. Well,
No.
they're not undefeated.
No, you're getting.
No, they haven't lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, well, you got shot
I was
down.
going to say, Anita Assistant Depot screamed, no, they haven't lost.
Say, boy, you got shut down pretty quickly there, right?
Anita's one of my biggest fans on WMBS.
Good.
Every week she likes my page. She likes what we're talking about. So Anita's
She's up there
son,
at Gary's Auto Sales.
yeah,
right?
Anita's son Kingston Depto's out there.
Good to see.
Yeah, I actually think not only they haven't lost, I think none of them have been close. They've been pretty commanding here at the Mustangs.
Opportunity here for Eleanor
There we
Carey.
go.
Carey
Oh.
line drive is going wide here on the near side. Ellie very close to scoring there for Uniontown here in the closing minutes.
I wonder if she's
That is Joe Carey's.
That's Joe
yeah,
Carey's
Joe
daughter.
Carey's daughter, yeah.
Carries have been known to be athletic over the years.
Yeah, a number of kids come
Yes.
through here. A lot of cross-country runners.
Right, well, he's a runner himself,
Yeah.
correct?
Swimmers, too, I believe. Well, someone's a pretty good diver, I think, right?
Okay.
Back in the day.
Did you ever do any swimming?
I have not done any swimming.
I mean, on,
Did
on the
I
radio?
swim? No, I haven't done
On
any
TV?
swimming on the radio. I don't know how well that would translate to radio.
Brian, I think with you could get it to work.
Wrestling's one sport I couldn't ever do. If we started to do wrestling, you'd have to be the commentator. I don't know the rules. That's we've had people ask about it, and it couldn't be me on the play-by-play. I don't know enough about it.
I think you could figure it out.
Yeah.
Here comes some subs.
Of course, that's real big up in the Connellsville area.
Yeah.
I know they've tried to
Gallatin,
get
too.
Yeah, Albert Gallatin. They've tried to get it restarted a little bit here in Laurel Highlands and Uniontown.
Yeah, I don't think it's been as successful as like places like AG and, well, Albert Gallen's wrestling through German and AG and Fairchance for years in Collinsville with the Doldies.
Yeah. Huge out in Greene County and Washington County as well.
Waynesburg.
Yeah.
Jefferson Morgan.
So you wrestled back in the day, too?
I did for Albert Gallatin.
Nice. You guys have good teams when you
We
wrestled?
did. Coach Stallnager, Coach Simon, and we had some good teams.
I think Dwayne DuPont, the athletic director, he's still the wrestling coach out there.
He is, yeah. He
That's
was
what I
a
thought.
couple years before me. When I was there, he was in college. And also the superintendent, Chris Pegg, was a big wrestler, big wrestling official.
Opportunity here for Roman George.
Going to take
George
another
on
one.
the run-in, sends it to the back of the net for another Mustang goal. So that's a hat trick.
Yeah.
Hat trick for Roman George today.
Bring him up, Roman.
8-0.
Now we're at 8-0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put another one on our scoreboard.
It's been a pretty quick game.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah. Not
Two
much.
30-minute halves.
Yeah.
The Red Raiders get control. Again, we don't have the official time. Well, I'm showing here, Phil, it should be the final 2 or 3 minutes by the clock I've been keeping on my watch. How many more games left for these teams, at least
I
for
think
Laurel
three.
Highlands? 3 left for Laurel?
I think
Okay.
3 for Laurel Highlands.
There's no playoffs or anything for middle school soccer.
I don't
right?
believe so, no.
Another low shot taken there from Roman George. Mahalko makes the save. Where did they ever thought of doing that? Like a middle school,
I don't know.
8th grade?
You'd think they would.
Yeah, just leave, if you take like the section winners. If you don't want to have a lot of playoff
Be
games,
fun.
just take the section winners, let those kids kind of play. But you never hear much about that.
No.
It's something they can change in the future. I don't know why. Like, what would be the argument against it? I mean, you could actually, you can settle it in 3 games.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
You figure sometimes maybe even 2 games. If you have 4 different conferences and a classification, you take the conference champ. At least let the kids say they want a
championship.
3A or 4A championship or something. Why not do it?
Have to talk to them about
Yeah,
that.
it makes too much sense though. Right? There's a little post there up to Will Skoronsky. He was a goal scorer earlier for Laurel Highlands. Skoronsky in a little battle there. Also Wyatt Newhouse there on the Laurel Highlands side.
A couple of 7th graders getting in the action. We'll see them next year.
Charlie Murtho will take this throw in for Uniontown. Murtho on the lob, headed back by the Mustangs' Wyatt Newhouse. That's it.
There it is.
Our final score, Laurel Highlands 8 and Uniontown nothing. And folks, it was a lot of fun here today.
Yeah, Brian, I'm going to thank you and Sarah for letting me join you. You know,
anytime.
We had a good time, and go Mustangs.
And 8-0, your final score. Laurel Highlands over Uniontown here on the South Union Township Sports Network. This broadcast, a joint cooperative venture with Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, along with Armstrong and Breezeline Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, our final score, Laurel Highlands 8 and Uniontown nothing. For Phil Michael and Sarah Camp, I'm Brian Morozak. You've been watching the South Union Township Sports Network.